Timber! Hey everyone, what's going on? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little video for you, a little rundown of the latest Manchester United news and transfer news of the day. To do with, of course, Erik ten Hag coming in and all the latest goings on with hopefully his new signings, incomings, outgoings, and all the rest of it. We're going to get into it in this video. Hopefully you can hear me today. Thank you everyone who's in here. Rosh Mano, what's going on? I will follow you. Vinny Bullock, how are you getting on as well, sir? Good to see you in here. We've got Kingslayers in the gaff. Scoojo One, mate, how are you getting on as well? Good to see you, bud. Stephen Carr, what a legend. Chrissy J, get in there, my son. And everybody else as well. Thank you for joining us for the start of the show. Do us a favour at the start of this stream, everyone. Do drop a like on it, or if you're on catch-up later, smash that thumbs up and get yourself involved in the live chat, or if you're catching up later, do comment down below. And also subscribe. If you're new, get involved, have your say. We want to hear from you. Shout out Nick Pendragon. How you doing, boss? Sharaman as well. Johnny M. Ulrich, Pletus, Elliot Manduna as well. And everyone, thank you for joining, guys. We've got a bunch to get into today. Exciting times this summer, I think, for United. We've got plenty of business to be done. We're going to see lots of departures very soon once the season's over. And we should start to see a few incomings and actual signings and unveilings being made by Manchester United. Pretty sharpish at the start of the transfer window. Just well, because we need these players in soon, so Ten Hag can work with them. He's started early, so we can get a head up on the opposition, really, and try and get some of this business done early doors. It's exciting, guys. We're hoping to see a few signings in the next coming weeks for Manchester United. That's what we need. No fanning around to the end of the window. We're just going to get straight in with the biggest news. Hey, Lynette Giggs, how you doing, superstar Johnny? Don't worry, Johnny, we're going to get into all the news today, my son. But so the biggest story really what I want to talk about is that according to various reports, including journalist Florian Plettenberg over at Sky Sports, suggests that Manchester United have held talks now to sign Ajax defender Jurrien Timber. And of course, we heard Erik ten Hag's quotes yesterday. If I can get those up actually very quickly, there was just some quotes. He said, I think all the top clubs have Timber in their sight. Antony, if Antony would go, it would be a blow for Ajax because in their current squad there's nobody to replace him. So just a couple of quotes on a couple of Ajax players yesterday from Ten Hag. But we, as I say, we do have an update, which is that Manchester United are, supposedly have held talks now to sign Ajax defender Jurrien Timber, which is very good positive stuff. Of course, Erik ten Hag essentially terminated his contract like 6 weeks early so he could come over to Manchester and start work. And Timber seemingly is one of the players that is highest up on his list of players we need to bring in. What's good about Timber is he's young, he knows him, obviously he's working with him, and he's developed him. So he's got that understanding, he's got that working relationship, but he's very young and he's quite versatile as well. You know, he can play various different positions for you. He can play right back as well. And he's only 20 years of age. And there's talks of maybe how much money could be involved to bring this guy in. Well, the amount of money that's being talked about and bandied around is around about £27 million, maybe £30 million tops. There are some talks to say you could even get him for less than this. He's made 74 senior appearances for Ajax and is coming into the last couple of years of his contract now. So that's why the transfer fee is not absolutely astronomical as well. And it looks like Manchester United are leading the race to sign him. It does seem that there may be some other clubs interested, but because of the Ten Hag link, because of this guy's age and the fact that coming to United is a dream move for him, obviously, it seems like we're definitely leading the races. So get in there, my son. Looks like we could be bringing a good defender in very, very soon. We've got an update from Sky Sports reporter Plettenberg that says that, Manchester United have held talks at Old Trafford after talks with management took place. United are interested and reported as very serious in bringing him in. Bayern apparently also made an inquiry into the guy. So Bayern Munich sniffing around the man. But there's very strong possibility that Manchester United would go and sign this guy. But United do need to improve our defensive position, positions in this summer window. We hopefully have a couple of players going out, the likes of Mr. Slabbington Maguire. We can all wish, probably won't happen. But certainly Phil Jones has got to go now. Certainly people like Eric Bailly, really. It's time to move on. Make some changes. Hey, what's going on there? Alan Harris, thank you for the super sticker, my son, of the gift emoji. Mate, thank you very much. Alan Harris, get in there, my son. Thank you very much, Alan Harris, for the super sticker. I appreciate that, man. Can we all get a Sue in the live chat for him? Thank you, Alan. Hope you're good, mate. Also, Sleepster99 says, hi, Piggy, roll on next season. After that crap season. Definitely, mate. Just want this one to be over now. Hey there, Jimmy, Chief Shrewman, legends getting in here. Thank you. Alan Harris's 3 Different Pigs by Pink Floyd is a great track. Nice one, Alan Harris. Trying to remember that one now. Maybe I'll look it up after. Thank you very much, boss. Alan Harris, you legend, get in there. Right, okay. So the verdict obviously is that we need a centre-back, guys. We definitely need to bring in somebody who's going to improve our position there. He's 20. He's only getting better. You know, what I've seen from him, he looks very solid, looks very good. Physical, quick, etc. is what we need. But look, I don't know too much about the guy. He's only 20. Like, it is a big step up coming into the Premier League. Is he going to be the ready-made man? Well, hopefully, in my humble opinion, hopefully this is just one of perhaps two centre-back signings we could make. If Ten Hag's prepared to, like, have a little bit of a shuffle around this summer, if he is allowed to sell players and then generate the cash and use that money to sign other players, I think we could actually sign a lot of players this summer, even maybe two centre-backs. It's wishful thinking, but Pau Torres is not maybe a million miles away in terms of being able to sign this guy either. So I'm just thinking that United have got vulnerabilities at the back. It wouldn't hurt to bring as many players in as possible. But certainly a 20-year-old Timber, even if he would not adapt to the Premier League right away, he's so young and he's got that relationship with Ten Hag that have no doubt that he would develop well at the football club and be a good signing for us. Plus he is versatile. He can play him right back, etc. So I do think that Ten Hag would be very, very well positioned to sign him, and I think it would make perfect sense for us to bring him in. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you would like to see Jurrien Timber signed for Manchester United. He does look really good for somebody who's only 20 years of age. His Ajax side conceded just 19 times in the Eredivisie this season, which was 15 fewer than the next best defence in the division. So defensively sound as a pound was Ten Hag's Ajax side in the Eredivisie. And Timber obviously played quite a key role in that impressive record for them as well. So, he's doing the business at 20 years of age. So you've got to say that this guy would be a great signing for us. Lots of ones coming in the live chat. Thank you, Scoojo, Chief King, Fire Up, Luca, Stephen, Elliot Manduna, Kieran, Everything Fun, Alex Walker, and everyone else. RBSK, how's you doing, bud? Yep. We just said that. Jonathan Gallagher, thanks for pointing out the bleeding obvious, lad. He says it's the Dutch League, though, Pig. No, I know what you're saying, Jonathan. I know what you're saying. Obviously, it's not the Premier League. This is what I was getting onto. This is why I was saying. Thanks for interrupting me there. No, this is what I was saying is that, even if he's not ready right now, if he's not the perfect man to come in at 20 years of age and be ready for the rough and ready tumble of the Premier League just right now, I'm sure there'll be an adaptation period. He's young, he's developing, Ten Hag will work with him, and it'll be a bit of a baptism of fire coming into the Prem to play for him. But I think he will obviously learn a lot in a short space. He's young, and I think he'll just get better and better and better. So even if he's not necessarily can do that in the Premier League like he can in the Eredivisie, who's to say in the future that he can't, mate? He will take a little bit of time to adapt like anyone. But I definitely think that if he's playing well in a Ten Hag system and in a Ten Hag style over in that league, it can translate over to the Premier League. Maybe we'll just take a little bit of time to adapt and sort that situation out in regards to the Premier League, the differences. It is going to be a baptism of fire for a lot of these players coming in. But anyway, yeah, so he can develop. He would be a good young signing. Like I just said, if we could get that guy in and then maybe just go and get another centre-back like Pau Torres, somebody who's a bit further along, maybe a bit better developed. We don't know what's going to go on. People will say, oh, you're not going to sign two centre-backs. We don't know what's going to go on yet with all the players going out. What about if we did sell Wan-Bissaka to Crystal Palace for 35 million? What if we did sell Henderson to Newcastle for 40 mil? What if we have all of a sudden been able to get rid of a few players in this summer window and we've got a shitload of cash available to spend? Well, then we can try and improve other areas of the team. I would hope that Ten Hag would have the freedoms to do that. Rushy says we've got 48 likes on the stream. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for hitting the like. We've got over 100 legends in here. Please smash that thumbs up button. Give us a cheeky little like boost up there on the old YouTube algorithm. And have your say in the chat as well. We'll be getting in and out of the chat. Hey there, John Wilson Gaming. What's going on, bud? Thanks for getting the stream. Everything fun as well. Lynette, Superstar, bunch of legends getting in here. Thank you so much for joining us. Right, okay. So lots and lots of different possible signings, but certainly Timber at this moment in time seems like one of the most likely ones. Manchester United have received a bit of a boost as well. Apparently, this is from Jurrien Timber anyway. He also reported that Jurrien Timber has apparently rejected a move to Bayern Munich and could join up with Ten Hag at United hopefully. But we've got an update from Florian Plettenberg, which was yesterday, and he said that Bayern inquired about him, but it said that the 20-year-old could join Ten Hag at Man United. Talks with his management have taken place. Manchester United seriously interested. So some reports and some news that he's basically pied off Bayern to essentially be reunited with Ten Hag at Manchester United. So, yeah, good news there, guys. It looks like he's quite keen on joining him over at Manchester United, which would be great for us. Hey, Mark Harris, thank you so much for the super chat, you legend. Thank you very much, boss. He says, Drub settings, Arteta in. Zane in. Frey Bentos in. Get in. Mark Harris, come on, can we get some laughy face emojis in there for those Arsenal and shithouses? Get in there, Mark Harris. I love that. Thank you so much. Alan Harris says, is Kante really going to Man United? Mrs. Pig said he was. I don't know about that, my son. Right, okay, so there you go. It's an update from Plettenberg, anyway, who said that the 20-year-old could join Manchester United. It's more likely than Bayern at this moment in time. We all know we need to get a lot of signings in. Certainly centre-back positions, one of those positions we need to strengthen. And he's kind of versatile as well. And he could be the first man that Manchester United bring in, guys. So get in there. I'd be very positive if we do bring him in, especially early, as soon as the window opens. That's the sort of thing we need to do. Get 1 or 2 signings announced right at the start of the window. Very, very good news, though, guys, in regards to Jurriën Timber, that talks are progressing, talks are taking place. Manchester United are trying to work behind the scenes to get this guy in. And Erik Ten Hag is obviously a big admirer of him because he's been working with him over the last few seasons, you know. So he's developed him. Like I say, he plays something like 75 first-team games for Ajax. So he's had a decent little bit of experience under Ten Hag. Because of that, because of Ten Hag coming in, all of these transfer rumours are going to take place. We're going to get on to Antony now, guys, because Antony's another Ajax player, 22-year-old Brazilian winger that is being linked to Manchester United. And he's actually, that video that was released yesterday from Ajax, which had a lot of different players, a lot of different legends of the game from different clubs, all who've worked previously for Erik Ten Hag, wishing him luck and congratulating him for his successful season at Ajax and the fact that he's leaving as a legend of the club, etc. Well, I mean, Antony said he would be available if Erik Ten Hag wants him. In the Ajax video message. So AFC Ajax released that message yesterday. And we've got the quotes here from Antony. And he said, know that I always will stand with you if you need me. He said, I want to wish you all the best at your new club. I also want to thank you for everything you taught me. I'm thankful for the opportunities and learning every day. So this is in the actual video, guys. He says, know that I will always stand with you if you need me. If that doesn't seem like well, look, if you want to come knocking for me at Manchester United, then I will definitely come. That's basically what that is. So I'm sure they've had some conversations behind the scenes. The thing is with Antony is the only problem with that signing is that he's going to be a little bit more money because of the contract situation, the age, the Brazilian vibes. All of this adds up, and he is a forward player, hot property in European football for a young guy. 22 years of age. Because of that, he's going to be a little bit more money. And we don't have an exact figure of how much, of course, he would be right now. It's all just speculation, but a lot of reports suggested it may take as much as £50 million to sign this guy from Ajax. Hopefully that wouldn't be the case. Maybe you could do some other sort of deals with them. But I don't know if United would be prepared to spend 50 million on one player such as that right now when we have a lot of other areas of the squad to strengthen. But certainly I think he would be an excellent signing for us as well. And he's basically given out a cheeky little come and get me plea for Ten Hag to say, come and get me, essentially, with that message. Hey, Lynette Giggs says, yes, we need him. Yeah, so he's an exciting player, talented player. You look at his statistics, very, very good, assists and getting some goals and stuff. He looks like a very good young talent. 22, Brazilian, international. It's like he's going to have I think he's going to have a great career. He's done well so far. Ten Hag's obviously an admirer. We've got those quotes yesterday from Ten Hag where he said things like, just again, what did he say? He said, Antony, if Antony would go, it would be a blow for Ajax because in their current squad there is nobody to replace him. Okay, fine, but they would just go and sign somebody else to replace him or bring somebody else through. The same thing happened with David Neres last year. Whenever that happens, Ajax always have some of their top players go. So I'm pretty sure if the price was right, Ajax would be open to doing business with us. The good thing that United seem to have with Ajax is we've got a great working relationship with them. We've sold them players before, and at Bailey Blinn, we've bought players from them, of course, recently quite a few, and it seems like they're quite happy to do business with us and for a reasonable price. And of course, Edwin van der Sar's there. He's got the interests of Ajax at hand, mostly, first and foremost, because that's who he's employed by. But of course, he does love Manchester United. It's very close to his heart, and I'm sure he wants to do both well by both of them. So for those reasons, I don't think United are ever going to get bent over by Ajax. Don't think we're ever going to have to pay a ridiculous fee like 60, 70 million pounds for any of these players. But we've got to make sure that the deal is fair and right for them. They've got to be able to get what they can out of this deal more, just as much as they could from any other club. So They will want to deal with us. We will want to deal with them. Ten Hag's, of course, there. He said previously as well that there's nothing in place in terms of contract clauses or anything that says that he cannot go and sign players from Ajax, because sometimes they do that. They might have like a cooling off period of a year where you can't sign any players for the previous club. That's not the case. We've got free reign of being able to go out there and sign Ajax players. So for those reasons, yeah, I could definitely see United ending up with Antony and Timber come the end of the window, just because we do need these players. You look at the forward players, well, we've lost Greenwood now. Martial's probably going to go. I would hope so anyway. If he stays, then maybe he can be revitalised by Ten Hag, but he's probably going to go. Ronaldo's only here for so long. We need to add some more forward players, wider players. You know, Darwin Nunes is another one that we're talking about. We'll get onto that a bit later as a forward option, but certainly Antony would be a very good signing for Manchester United in this window, especially when you consider Erik Ten Hag has got that working relationship with him. Hey there, Marky Harris. Yes, good day, mate. Getting here raw from down under. Also, G-Wolf United's in here. What's going on, bro? How you doing there, mate? Rush Mono says, swap Antony for Henderson. That's a great shout. Okay, that's a great shout. Well, also, just on Henderson, since you mentioned it, we have got a little cheeky little bit about Henderson, and that there's lots of interest apparently from Newcastle in signing this guy for anywhere up to 40 million. What you have to understand about Dean Henderson is he might not be playing week in, week out, but because of his age, mid-20s, because of his homegrown status, and because actually he's a really good goalkeeper, like if United didn't play with De Gea this season or last season, and we just gone with Henderson, he might have flourished and been absolutely fantastic for us. He seems like he's a very good, solid goalkeeper whenever he really plays. And he's maybe got some better strengths than De Gea in some ways, like such as the distribution, the sweeper keeper rushing out aspect of goalkeeper. You know, De Gea is good at those things, but he's certainly not great. Whereas his strengths just lie in the shot stopping and, you know, just being a cat. So, yeah, but Dean Henderson would definitely be a very, very much, sought after individual this summer for a few clubs, especially if you need a goalkeeper, because he's homegrown, because he's coming into his prime. I think he's 25, 26, and he's not getting the love at Manchester United. He's going to have to go and move elsewhere if he wants to ever get a look in for England. He's going to have to move elsewhere if he wants to progress as a player, because he's just being a backup goalie at the moment. He's too good for that, really. United don't need two number ones. I think we should keep De Gea personally. I mean, let's ask the chat. But who would you rather see Manchester United start with under Ten Hag? Remember, Ten Hag's style might be slightly different as well, might be a bit higher up, might want more as a sweeper keeper type player. But let's just see, who would you like to see start at the start of the season for Ten Hag? De Gea, or would it be Henderson? Leah Rose, how are you doing today? She says, De Gea, yeah, I'm with you. He's the number one. He's the best player for this season. He's the best player for this decade. He's the best player we've got. So it's De Gea easy for me as well. Kingslayer thinks Henderson. Superstar says De Gea easy. Rajat says De Gea. Lynette says De Gea. Mark says we need a 23-year-old Maldini just behind the defence, spraying those piercing passes. Wouldn't it be nice? Lynette says De Gea. Harry says me. Harry McGuire. Nick Pendragon says De Gea. I'm loving this. Gungshi, how are you doing? Says Dave. I'm loving this, guys. Lots of love and support here for De Gea. Rightfully so. We would be foolish to let that man go. He's literally our best player. Lee Grant, says Alex Walker. Nice one, nice one. We can get Neuer on a 2-year deal, says Rajat Valencia. I don't know about that, pal. I think United need to look at a different sort of play. We've already got one of the best goalkeepers in the league. That is not the problem area for us, really. Okay, got to give De Gea a chance to adapt to a new system if needs be, but that's not the problem area for us, unless De Gea starts regularly sharting the bed for Manchester United. I just don't really think that we should touch De Gea. He needs to just stay, and he can play for another 5 years at the club. Goalkeepers could go on and on. Sullivan25 says, Big Dave. Thank you, Rushmano says, sub to the channel. Hey, Alex, how are you doing today, man? He says, Davide De Gea. Yeah, that's the Spanish cat, the El Gato. Always dependent, always dependable, always reliable, and always just a great character, great leader. He seems like one of the players who really cares. He seems like one of the players who's open and realistic in his criticism after games and things and his views of games, and saying things like, they're just not good enough. Don't know what's going on in the lands, basically, saying things like this and showing passion. That's what I'm all about. I love De Gea. I absolutely love De Gea. He's seriously grown on me over the years because, previously there was doubts about his physicality, there's doubts about his mentality, and he's always silenced the doubters and silenced the critics. And even during that spell when he had a dodgy year, so he still managed to put that behind him and show what a great keeper he is and consistently be a fantastic performer for the club. So definitely think that De Gea should be going nowhere. But anyway, as I was saying, there's a quote here from Fabrizio that says, Newcastle is still interested in Dean Henderson. English goalkeeper could leave Man United this summer as he's looking for regular game time. This is just from about half an hour ago. And as we said, there was talks of a £40 million offer maybe coming in from Newcastle. Well, they've got a bit of money to spend. They're clearly doing well. In fact, if you look at what Eddie Howe's done since he's been in there, they're one of the sort of good performers in the Premier League. And they would definitely be one to watch next season if they make the right signings. They want to get a good goalkeeper. Dean Henderson definitely is a good goalkeeper. He definitely is a good goalkeeper. He's been unfortunate, really, that De Gea's here, because if he wasn't, yeah, he would be doing just fine, I think, as our number one. But De Gea is next level. De Gea is one of the best goalkeepers. I think De Gea is the best goalkeeper in the Premier League this season. And a lot of people would go, what the fuck are you talking about? Obviously, Alisson, they're all winning trophies. Edison over at City as well. And they've had great seasons too, don't get me wrong. But I actually think De Gea is the only player in the Manchester United's team to really get outstanding performances so regularly for us. It's not a good indication of how the team's performing, because De Gea's being peppered all the time. You know, he's being peppered all the time. But, you know, for me, he has been the best goalkeeper in the Premier League this season. Who disagrees with me? Who do you think has been the best goalkeeper in the Premier League this season? Also, Mendy over at Chelsea's been good, you know, but De Gea to me is saved our asses so many times I can't even count. He's definitely been our best player for that. And just because Man United haven't done well this season doesn't mean that he as a goalkeeper hasn't done well this season. Got to be De Gea, says Rajat. Mark Harris says Gordon Banks. Gordon Banks, what a goalie. De Gea is good, says Shararuddin. De Gea, says Lynette. Maguire to Olympiacos, says Fingsu. Stephen says De Gea back to his best this season, but he has to improve his distribution. It's been horrendous. Always going to be a negative point of him, I think. He can maybe try and improve it, but he's in his 30s now. I mean, he is going to have to improve that. I certainly think in a Ten Hag's team as well. But, you know, as long as he sticks to keeping the ball out of the goal, that's the main thing for me as well, you know. Chrissy says there's a massive difference between being a United number one compared to Sheffield United. De Gea has saved us last couple of seasons for sure. Definitely, man. So much pressure to deal with that pressure. And you're right. I mean, it's easy to look good in a Sheffield United team as well, because you're usually going to be the sort of team that is getting peppered, that is conceding a lot of possession and conceding a lot of chances. So maybe it does make sense. That's probably why De Gea's looked so good this season, because United have been shite compared to the top teams. Shout out to Manscaped, says Luca. Me, says Harry Maguire. Loan Dino, says Malps. Loan him out, says Malps. Well, a loan could happen. I suppose if Newcastle didn't want to stump up the money, we could probably loan him to a team for a big fee. It would have to be a big fee, especially if they're in the same league. Alex says, I would sell Henderson to Newcastle. We could probably rinse them for 50 million and use that to buy another player. Precisely. As long as that money's actually going into the coffers for Ten Hag to spend, I say sell him as well. Get him gone. I say let's cash in, even if it's 30 million quid. We're hearing reports of 40 million valuation, but let's just say it's 30 million quid. That is money that you can put towards signing a new player. And actually, we know how much Henderson's on. I think, isn't he on 120,000 a week? Or is it 160,000 a week? Somewhere in that ballpark, right? That's a lot of money to be paying a backup goalkeeper. Just saying, like, that's a huge amount of money. Let's play Phil Jones and Maguire together, says Amir. Hey, Alan Harris, thank you for another 449 super chat. Get in, sir. He says, is De Gea the answer next season? We need a keeper that can build from the back, especially in a Ten Hag team. So what you're saying is David De Gea's Joe Hart. That's what you're saying. Fantastic for City, obviously, before Pep came in. Pep changed the style, decided that he wanted to play with a more sweeper keeper type keeper, somebody who could distribute, etc. Better ball player maybe, than Joe Hart, and just shipped him out, and that was the end of Joe Hart, and then he was never really the same again after that. But before that, I'm telling you, Joe Hart was a great keeper, but he wasn't the distribution Pep Guardiola type keeper that he was looking for. So that's true, and Ten Hag is probably looking for more of that style keeper also. But as I've said about De Gea, I personally think that he's been so good for us. He's been one of our best players this decade, if not he has been the best player this decade for us. We would be foolish to not at least try with the guy, to not at least give Ten Hag to give him the opportunities to adapt to a new Ten Hag system. He's a great goalkeeper at the end of the day. He just needs some guidance. He just needs, hopefully, to improve in those different areas that we've discussed, such as the distribution, and hopefully he could do that for Ten Hag. But he definitely deserves the chance. I mean, if Ten Hag came in and just shipped off De Gea, I'd be pissed off, guys. I would, because I think De Gea's been our star player for the last 10 years, really. And he deserves a chance. Look, fair enough, if it doesn't work out in a Ten Hag system for him, you've just got to hold your hands up and say, well, this era of Manchester United is over. We're going for something different now. And De Gea's not fitting in. So, yeah, but he definitely deserves the chance, I think. We've got a Henderson update. Let's have a look at this one. Thank you, Rushmano. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. So fantastic. Yeah, Fabrizio Romano's been talking to Rio on 5, I believe, and it says he's got some more quotes about Dean Henderson, and it just says Dean Henderson wants to play, but knows De Gea is untouchable at Manchester United. He will talk to Ten Hag. Right. So of course that's what's got to happen. You know, Ten Hag's in there. He's got his own thoughts. He's got his own opinions about the current playing squad and maybe who should go, who should stay. And he's going to have to discuss the situation with some of these players as well, find out who really wants to stay. But he's going to have his own ideas. But I certainly think that Henderson really should be one of the players to make way just to generate some cash. That's the only reason. It's not that he's not a good player. He would be a great successor to De Gea. De Gea can go on for years now, though. And I just don't really think, maybe a loan makes sense. Maybe a loan makes sense because we could trial out Davide De Gea in a Ten Hag system. And if it isn't working out, if it isn't playing like Ten Hag wants it to, then, well, we've still got Dean Henderson, but we could still loan him out for a season. Maybe it does make sense, but from his point of view, he needs to play. Thank you, Ellie, very much for that comment. She says, like and subscribe, everyone. Thank you, Ellie. Hope you're having a good day. And yes, get in there. Thank you very much. Do as she says, guys. Drop a like on the video. Give us a cheeky little Bacon Brigade Express like spike. And help us compete with the clickbait merchants and the corporation channel by smashing that like. Also, share it around on social medias and get yourself involved in the chat by subscribing and having your say. But anyway, guys, so yeah, Henderson, looking likely that there is interest from other teams. 40 million quid could be the maximum amount of money we could get for this guy. But who knows? Maybe we could rinse Newcastle for a bit more, like Alex said. We'll have to see. But I definitely think that the amount of money involved, whatever it is, even if it's 30 million, could definitely be better spent elsewhere. And he's on quite big money per week for a goalkeeper. So there is a few players that are good players, but they're all kind of surplus to requirements, perhaps, in a Ten Hag system as well. You think about how Ten Hag maybe wants to go and play. Does Aaron Wan-Bissaka fit the style of a Ten Hag system, really? I mean, I wouldn't say so. He's not very good going forward. So he's another player, might be shipped off back to Crystal Palace for a cheeky £35 million or something. Nice, cash back. And all of a sudden, Ten Hag's got quite a transfer kitty to go at. He's probably going to have 100 million from the Glazers anyway. And then it's all about getting another 100 million from selling a bunch of gash players. Well, nice one. That's 200 million. We could spend 200 million pounds this summer. We've got so many players going off the books. You could justify the contracts, the new contracts. Absolutely you can. It's just replacing the players that have already gone. So you can go and get 5 big money contracts as well. So you don't have to worry about that really. So I definitely think that Manchester United are going to spend big money. We have to sell a couple of players though. But if we want players like Antony, if we want players like Darwin Nunes and De Jong and these types of players, all of these types of players, we're going to have to see some of these players that are good players, but and kind of surplus to requirements sold. Even players like, say, Alex Tellers maybe might be able to generate a 12 million from Porto back from him or something. You know, that's it. You've got to try and just cash in now. Go and sign other players in certain areas or bring youngsters through. Maybe Alvaro Fernandez is going to be deputy at left back or something. You generate some cash. A right back position, you know, you've got options there as well. Definitely you could bring some youngsters through there. So, you know, he could reshuffle the team. He could obviously sell a couple of players in order to generate cash. But it looks like at this moment in time, guys, that Timber is definitely high up on the list to exit Ajax, and next on the list is definitely Antony. The only problem with Antony is he costs a bit more money, which is obviously going to depend on how much Manchester United have to spend and what sort of transfer business we're prepared to do. You want to see Eriksen in a United jersey, Vishnu? Great comment, Vishnu. Smash a 1 in the chat if you guys would also take Christian Eriksen at Manchester United on a free transfer. I definitely would, mate. 100%. What a player. He's only 30. Yeah, okay, he had those heart problems. I get it. It's a bit of a risk. But I think he was great at Brentford the last few months. He's still got it. He's only 30, Premier League experience, set-piece skills for days, free kicks, corners, all that stuff. Great creative player. Now, is he going to play all the time for United? No, because we've got like Bruno Fernandes. But is it good to have competition for places and play people based on their form and being deserving of starting? Yes. And having Christian Eriksen around to compete with the likes of Bruno is just great. Plus, it's great for squad depth. It's great for rotation. And also, he's a free. It's not a big gamble. It's not a huge investment you've got for this guy. We've got players outgoing, lots of forward players outgoing. Jesse Lingard, Paul Pogba. You've got Mata. All these guys are going. We need to get replacements for them. Christian Eriksen seems like a perfect replacement for me, for somebody who's a free and somebody who has Premier League experience. We should try and go and get him. I am good. Thank you, 21 Nick P. Antony or Rafinha, says Chrissy J. Let's go, Big Bear. How you doing today, mate? I'm good. Thank you, 21 Nick P. Hope you're good, dude. Lynette Giggs would take him. Chrissy Day doesn't want him. Vishnu says Eriksen has been brilliant season at Brentford. Yeah, the last few months, definitely. He's had like a lot of chances created for them, a lot of good assists and things like that. He's still got it. He's still a great player. Still a great player. Jonathan would take him. Aaron would take him. Classical Gashing says Antony is a baller. Man on the right wing, he'd be class for us. Yeah. So this is it. It's good to have a bit of depth and competition, like I was just saying, for the Eriksen position. If United signed Antony, you could say, oh, that's not the position we need to strengthen the most, because we've got Sancho, you've got Rashi, you've got Diallo, who could come into the side, Elanga. No, you need to have competition. You need to have quality. And Sancho is very, very good over on that side. Or he might even play on the left. Who fucking knows? I mean, we've seen them switch over under Ragnick. But I think, yeah, Sancho's a right wing. I think Antony's a right winger. Let's play him right wing. Those guys can be the two right wingers. And then you've got people competing over on the other side as well. The likes of Rashford and Elanga and these guys. So good shout, mate. Good shout. Would like to see Antony come in and be a good player for us. If Ten Hag wants Eriksen 100%, says Stephen. Winford says, is the De Jong deal off? We're going to get into that in just a moment, but no, not at this moment in time. To answer your question, it's not off, but it's just slowly progressing at this moment. It seems to be dependent on what other business Barca are looking to do at this moment, if you ask me. But anyway, so Ten Hag's looking to bring those two players in from Ajax, guys. Let's just get on to Frankie Dion now you mention it. So Frankie Dion, of course, was talked about, he did send a message to Ten Hag in that video from Ajax, where the legends of Ajax past and present, of course, were giving him well wishes and stuff and calling him a legend. And we do have a little bit of a De Jong update. So Frankie De Jong has Champions League football as main priority for his future. He'd be happy to stay. Xavi wants him at Barca, and it depends on proposals. Manchester United will try again. Erik Ten Hag would love to change Frankie's mind. So essentially, it's not over at this moment. It really does depend on what Barca are looking to do. They might want to sell. It seems like they want to sell De Jong. So Xavi is a fan of De Jong, but he knows the financial situation at Barcelona is not a good one, and they're going to have to restructure things if they want to improve other areas of the team. They're talking about signing Lewandowski. If they're going to do that, then they're probably going to have to make certain cuts elsewhere, especially with their financial situation. So that's what it comes down to. I think, yeah, okay, we are still after this guy. It seems like maybe this guy doesn't even want to come to us. And do we even want this guy if he doesn't want to come to us? That's the thing. Ten Hag is a great, great person to have at the club because he knows De Jong, he works with De Jong. And that's going to be one of the biggest lure for him coming, is the fact that Erik Ten Hag is here. I don't think he would be coming for any other reason, really. And just the fact that Barca don't really want him. They want to cash in. He's surplus there, maybe. And United would be one of those destinations. So it's not the perfect signing in those terms. Unless he's really up for it, unless he really wants to come. It's not the ideal signing. If he's just being shipped off from Barca because they need to cash and they don't want him anymore, and he's only coming to United because that's one of the options and Ten Hag's here, well, okay, it's good. We're getting a good player, but it's not like exactly the ideal situation for a player that I want coming in. Because I want somebody who's super hungry, super committed to United and is desperate to play for Manchester United. Not somebody that wants to stay at Barca, and doesn't really want to come to Manchester United. So, look, it depends on the situation. We don't know 100%. Nobody's got a direct line to Frankie De Jong. Other than his agent and people like that, obviously, to find out. But it seems like right now, Barca are looking to do business for other positions in the team. He's one of those players that is worth quite a lot of money because he's a young asset, and he's worth quite a bit, which they could generate cash with and use it to pay off some debts, but also to strengthen other areas of the team as well. If Xavi wants to spend and buy players this summer, it seems he's got to sell. So for those reasons, yeah, it could still happen. I mean, it's not looking fantastic at this moment in time, but definitely I think De Jong is on the list. He's one of the midfielders we're looking to go and try and sign. Certainly we'll be talking to them over the next few days more. It's understood Erik Ten Hag's on the blower, speaking daily, trying to get more updates, trying to get more information, trying to push for Frankie De Jong, and he's interested in signing the guy. So he wants him. That's a big plus. And if he wants to bring him in, then he can try and go and convince him, can't he? So it's all about whether or not, how much Man United want him, how much Ten Hag wants him. And also it does depend on what business Barca are going to do and if they're prepared to sell the guy. So, there's not much of an update on Frankie De Jong other than that the situation's more or less the same. But United are still talking, and we're going to try and sign this guy, I think. But if there's not, here's an update from Florian Plettenberg, by the way, that Sky Sports guy from this afternoon, who said that De Jong and Manchester United, it could become one of the biggest transfers in the summer. It's hot, but Xavi is fighting for him internally, as reported. He wants to keep him, but Barca needs money for players like Lewandowski. Ten Hag wants him for tactical ideas. So, Frankie De Jong is obviously a big priority. Fabrizio Romano said that De Jong's priority is Champions League football, and so if he doesn't have that, it doesn't seem like he would be interested in joining Man United. And Xavi wants to keep him. So if you read all of the stories as they come out and these bits of information, it doesn't sound too good. It doesn't sound like De Jong does want to come to Manchester United, especially if we don't have Champions League football, even if we do have Ten Hag there. But I would think, because we've got Ten Hag, because we are a huge club, because next year we'll probably have Champions League football, hopefully, he would be prepared to come, especially if he's not wanted by Barca anymore, or if he's surplus and they want to cash in. He doesn't feel very wanted by Barcelona there, if you ask me. Yeah, Xavi might want him, but if they're looking at, who's indispensable to the club, he's not one of the ones that's indispensable to the club. He's dispensable to the club. So they're trying to dispense of him and cash in. That's what the situation is. He shouldn't be too happy about his time at Barca right now because, well, for a start, he's not had a fantastic season. And also, it seems like he is one of the players that's trying to be pushed out the door to generate cash. So it's just not a perfect situation for us to sign a player by any means. Yeah, that's right, Ellie. Respect to Blackpool's Jake Daniels. Yeah, the first openly gay player came out yesterday. Let's get some rainbow emojis in there. Nice one, Ellie. Absolutely. Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, I'm surprised it's taken until 2022 for there to be an openly gay footballer in the Football League. But it has happened now. So, yeah, let's get those rainbow emojis in there. That's it. And embrace it, my friends, because there are gay people in the world. So it makes sense that there's gay people in football, guys. You know what I'm saying? Embrace it, dudes. Right, anyway, that's what he said. No, I'm just kidding. Erdam says, let me tell you something, Pig. Erik ten Hag also made the youth of Ajax big. I think it will boost the youth of United too, says Erdam. Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely. I think that's what he's got a great proven track record of, is bringing youngsters through at the club. He had to do that. They don't have the ability to keep hold of their best players because of the league they're in. So, it does make a lot of sense for these... For us to do the same sort of thing, to try and bring a lot of youngsters through. He's got a proven track record of doing it at Ajax because he's had to. They have to sell players and develop their own. So let's try and get him doing that at United too. That's what the United way should be about. Look at that FA Cup Youth Cup final the other day, guys. Passion, quality, some real good young, hungry players in that team. Few of those guys need to be given chances over the next coming years under Ten Hag because they will turn into great players. People like Garnacho. He's only 17, but what a young player. He definitely is probably one of the players that we would like to see develop under Ten Hag. So definitely hope he's got that in his locker and he wants to just go and, give these opportunities to young players too, as well as signing players. So De Jong, there's the De Jong situation. We are expected to keep going for this guy and keep talking to Barcelona and getting updates, of course. And it depends on what they're doing. They're trying to sign Lewandowski at the moment. Okay, so just a couple of other things, guys. We are going to have a big Q&A at the end of the stream, so make sure you stick around for that and get your thoughts and opinions in then. But just a couple of little bits of info before I get into it and do that in regards to some other stuff. Once again, hit that like button, smash the sub up if you're new, and save your questions and comments for the Q&A shortly. But United, of course, we mentioned Dean Henderson. United are expected that we would try and sign a young... or like a backup goalkeeper. There was even some talks of Sam Johnston. We would try and sign a backup goalkeeper if Dean Henderson goes as well. So there's the thoughts there. Ryan Gravenberch is a deal with Bayern Munich is progressing at this moment. Final details are being discussed with Ajax. So there's another Ajax player. They're going to be doing a lot of business this summer, it seems, Ajax. Just simply because, well, they've got Ten Hag's built such a great team of great players there. This is what I love, though, guys. Just think about it. Everyone's buying Ajax players because Ten Hag has built such a great young team of great young talents that have impressed everyone that everybody's queuing around the block to sign all their bloody players. That bodes well for Man United. But Bayern, this is another guy that was linked to us as well. But Bayern are progressing with the Ryan Gravenberch deal. Looks like he's going there. Final details will be discussed with Ajax, including payment terms. Full agreements now considered more than close, and it's at its final stages. Personal terms agreed since March. Contract until June 2027. Bayern are on it. So, update there, guys, in regards to Ryan Gravenberch. Of course, he's going to Bayern, and always seems like he had his heart set on joining Bayern. But that's the latest with him. It's an update. They're definitely selling a lot of players this summer. They're going to have to do business signing new players. Going to be a big transitional period for Ajax as well. It might have a bit of a knock-on effect with the players that United can sign from them, because if they're in this situation where they've lost loads of their players from all these different teams, maybe they're not going to be so keen to sell Antony for 40 million quid to us. That's my only thinking about it, is that they've got to try and keep hold of some players. So the more players that get sold to other teams, the worse it is for Manchester United as well. So Newcastle interested in Dean Henderson as well. That's big news. We've got a bit of news that United are still interested in signing Sven Botman as well, apparently, and interested in hijacking AC Milan's deal. So they're in advanced talks to sign him, apparently. And Man United have some interest in signing him. Erik ten Hag has understandably held a transfer strategy meeting, and what's happened is behind the scenes, of course, they've got a strategy plan. They're looking at different players they can bring in. Maybe if they can't sign Timber, they'll go for somebody like Botman. Maybe if they can't sign Pau Torres. These are the different things they have to look at. But that's just one story I saw. Speculative story. Just in regards to a couple of other sort of transfer links, and then we're going to get onto the Q&A. Just a couple of other transfer links. United still linked with Darwin Nunes. Let's talk about Darwin Nunes real quick. Apparently he's available for only 51 million now. So there were reports yesterday that the amount of money that would be required to sign this guy was not as much as first anticipated. Some people are suggesting 80 or 90 million could be the number to bring this guy in initially. But it's understood that Benfica may be prepared to sell this guy for around about £50 million now in the summer transfer window. He scored 32 goals in the Premier Liga and the Champions League this season. 22 years of age, great young player. And according to The Athletic, though the Portuguese Giants are now willing to consider bids in the region of 51 million rather than over 100 or whatever was ridiculously reported the other day. So because of that, if we could get this guy for 50 million, that'd be a fantastic signing, guys. 50 million pounds for Darwin Nunes, 50 million pounds for De Jong, 50 million pounds for, Antony and Timber together, hopefully. 50 million. That's 150 million for 4 players right there. We're on our way then. We're on our way. We've got a lot of position strength. And yeah, we still need to sign other players and we need to bring some youngsters through. But I think if we could just get Darwin Nunes, we could just get a midfielder such as the ilk of, De Jong or Ruben Neves, something like that. And then another midfielder alongside them to maybe be a bit more of a box-to-box creative man. Somebody maybe like Tielemans, who I really like. And then a centre-back like Timber. It's like we're on our way, guys. We would be well on our way. So very much hope that that we can maybe sign this guy for 50 million quid. Yeah, God is going for 30 mil, says Templar Breeze, crikey. Oh, guys, we've got 200 legends watching the live chat. Thank you all for getting in. If you're new to this channel, do us a favour, smash that subscribe button. If you like no bullshit Manchester United news and you like a bit of community vibe as well, and you're new to the channel, make sure you drop the subscribe up. We're on here every single day, give you the latest United news in a no bullshit rundown. So make sure you get yourself subscribed and click the bell icon too. And smash a like on the video. Let's get this one to 150 likes. Just a bit of news about United squad then. So 3 Manchester United players have returned to training. Luke Shaw could return for the Palace game after his ankle surgery. Shaw played 45 minutes in the last 2.5 months, and he had those metal bolts removed from his leg when he had that break years ago, so he was out for a long time. But he's... do you know what's crazy? Luke Shaw's still only 26. When I think of Luke Shaw, for some reason, I think of somebody who's like 28, 29. I don't know why. Maybe he looks a bit older. He does like a Fray Bentos pie. He has got hefty stubble like Dangerous Dan or whatever his name is. And, he's definitely got... But he's only 26, guys. He should be coming into his prime now, guys. He has been around forever, hasn't he, Fire? I believe, didn't we sign him when he was 19 from Southampton for 30 mil or somewhere around there? He's been around this club for yonks now. And 26 years of age, I've still got a little bit of hope for Luke Shaw. Based on the previous season. Not based on this season, because this season he's been gash. But based on the previous season, I think maybe, he could still be a good player for Manchester United. I don't think he's ever going to be a worldie. He's never going to be Patrice Evra. He's never going to be Dennis Irwin. But he could be a good player for us. So, I'm still not exactly done with the love affair with Luke Shaw. Previously, I've had my ups and downs with Luke Shaw. There's been times where I thought he's never going to make it for United. But based on last season, he showed that he could do it consistently. And he was great for England throughout that whole calendar year as well. Problem is, he just has shat it again this season. But so many players have. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt to a degree. Because Bruno's been shit this season. Rashford's been shit this season. Pogba's been shit this... Like, everyone who's been shit this season, basically. So I'm pretty sure there's just a problem, a disease in the team, which has affected everyone. So I don't know what it is. The bad man management at the start of the season. Bad man management under Ralph Rangnick. Weirdness around the club. Problems with the fact that he's going in the summer, so nobody cares anymore. There's lots of reasons why the team performed badly. He's just one of the problems, one of the small problems. But Luke Shaw back in training, as well as Jadon Sancho is understood to also return to the United side as he's recovered from tonsillitis. He's of course missed the last few games due to tonsillitis. And also Marcus Rashford was absent from the game against Brighton due to bronchitis. But the forwards also resumed training now. So just a little bit of an update for you on a few key players there for United. Luke Shaw, Rashford and Sancho have all seemed to seemingly resume training after their injuries and sidelines. So they're back in action, maybe should be fit to play against Crystal Palace. Hell no! That's what I say. I don't want to see, well, maybe Sancho, but I'm sorry to say. But Marcus Rashford, Luke Shaw, play Alvaro, play Alanga, play bloody anybody. Play anybody. Instead of those guys. I'm sorry to say, they haven't earned that last game of the season for Man United. I'm sorry to say. I don't care if we lose 4-0 against Crystal Palace, to be honest, guys. I think play the kids. Ralph Rangnick, just play the kids. I mean, of course, Erik Ten Hag's sort of going to be overseeing things. He's not actually there managing in the dugout, I don't think, for the last game. But it's going to be, I think he'll want to see some of the kids play. He'll want to give some opportunities to some of the kids. Smash a 1 if you agree with me, and we shouldn't play some of these overhyped, overpaid melts this season, and we should actually just play the kids last game of the season. What do you think? Do you agree? Or should you give these guys one last game to try and, salvage something and show Ten Hag what maybe they could do? Jonathan agrees with me. Thank you, Jonathan and Kingslayer, Tree Shroom. And yeah, play the kids. Play the kids. That's what we need to do last game. Yeah, Dennis Irwin, what an absolute legend of a player. What a player. Alex says, kids today don't understand how good Dennis Irwin was. I only saw him at the tail end of his career, but he was unreal. Could do it all. Was amazing at free kicks and penalties as well. Top player. Literally, he could do it all. Yeah, he was great going forward, great defensively, good on either side. Definitely a fantastic, fantastic player who was, one of my heroes growing up. I mean, yeah, definitely Dennis Irwin was a fantastic player. So he is criminally underrated, actually. He is criminally underrated for some reason. I don't know why. But there you go. Okay, so yeah, so that's good news, guys. We've got a few players coming back, but it's also not good news because I want to see the kids play. But Luke Shaw, Marcus Rashford and Jadon are back in training and will be back at it very soon. Erik Ten Hag has confirmed he's already held contacts and phone conversations with United players, of course. He said that yesterday anyway when he was talking to the Telegraph, that he spoke to them on WhatsApp and stuff like that. And he's speaking to them regularly, speaking to certain players. He has to do that right now. His time at United over the next couple of weeks is also to sign players and sort out recruitment plan and youth development plan and all the rest of all that stuff that they're doing. But it's also to talk to the current players we've got, gauge where they're at mentally, decide whether or not those guys are fit to play for Manchester United, fit to play from next season, and ship them out if they're not. So he's going to be doing a lot of assessments over the next few days, speaking to people, finding out where people's heads are at. Hey, Rashford, you've been absolutely gassed this season, mate. You look like you don't give a toss. What's that all about, mate? You actually want to play at this club, or should I just settle you to PSG now? Stuff like that. Not as quite as blunt as that, but you know what I mean? Like, these are the conversations that has to be had behind the scenes from Ten Hag. Even Paul Pogba, he's going in the summer on a free. Who knows? He might want to have a chat with Paul Pogba and say, hey, look, if you get a shit offer from Juve, we'll offer you 180 a week to be a squad rotation player, lad. I don't know, but there's lots that can happen, lots that can go on in the next couple of weeks with players that are here at the moment. One thing that he has to do when he comes in is strip Slabby Maguire of the captaincy, guys. Strip him of the captain. If he keeps Harry as the captain, he's setting a gash precedent as soon as he starts. Hashtag Maguire out. Give it to Cristiano. He's the true leader of this squad. He's the true greatest of all time, the best player in the team anyway. So I say give it to Cristiano. And if not Cristiano, yeah, I would give it to De Gea. Because there's only two players that I see in this Man United side that are actually fit of wearing that armband at the moment. Hey, thank you, Mark Harris, for the super chat, mate. He says, bin 90% of these melters and buy 90 Frey Bentos. Mate, you could definitely do a lot worse, couldn't you? I'd rather have a whole stack of Frey Bentos tin pies than Harry Maguire, put it that way. Thank you very, very much, by the way, for that super chat. Can we get a sue in the live chat there, my friends? Thank you so much. Okay, so just an update here on Cristiano Ronaldo, guys. We have got an update come through. Thank you so much, Rushmano, for keeping us up to date. Which is that, Ronaldo is prepared to stay at Manchester United this summer, which is obviously good news in regards to Ronaldo. We talked a little bit about that yesterday. Hopefully, he does stay. And he wants to make Man United great again, apparently. But hey, look, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, he seemed committed to the club. Unless a big offer from a top European club with Champions League football comes in, then I don't think he's going to leave Man United. I think he's obviously contracted. He loves Man United, but he came back and he wants to win things and help us challenge. But it's a bit of an odd season for Ronaldo to be at United because it is a rebuilding season. He's not going to win anything this season. Very, very unlikely anyway. But Ronaldo's obviously the guy. He's the captain for me. Alex says Ronaldo or Bruno for me. Bin 80 million. Maguire says Rajat. Who would you have as your captain then, guys? For me, it is Cristiano. Yeah, definitely. 129 likes, says Rushmeyer. Thank you, everyone, for dropping that thumbs up. Nice one. Right then, guys, just a quick rundown of a couple other things. Then what I've discussed in this video, if you're just joining us then, is there's been an update on Jong, which is just the fact that it seems like we're still working on it, but it's progressing very slowly. There's still doubts as to whether Frankie Dion wants to come to Manchester United because of the lack of Champions League football. It's on Ten Hag to convince him. It's on United to convince him. So we'll see about what happens with Dion. Plus, it is also dependent on what Barcelona do with signing players and who they want to bring in. If they do get Lewandowski, then he could be coming to us. Bayern are close to signing Gravenberch as well, another Ajax player. We've also got an update on Pogba as well, guys. I've got to mention Pogba. We've got an update on Pogba. Pogba has been offered, PSG have offered Paul Pogba a best verbal proposal. The best verbal proposal. It's now time for Pogba to make a decision on his future. So just on Paul Pogba, let's get into Paul Pogba because I forgot to talk about Paul Pogba, guys. Hey, thank you, Mark Harris, for your super chat, boss. He says, cheeky donation for Arsenal fans stuck with Cone rehab. My goodness me, they've got a proper Cone boy as their manager, don't they? Hashtag Cone boy in the live chat. Hey, thank you for another super chat there, Mark Harris. Appreciate you, dude. Right, so Juventus chief reveals that there's been a gentleman's agreement with Manchester United over Paul Pogba, apparently. So Juventus CEO Maurizio Arrivabene has revealed that they have a gentleman's agreement with United regarding a proposed move to sign Pogba this summer. He was speaking to Sky Sports News in Italy about the prospect of Pogba returning to Juventus, and he said, he's a Manchester United player, we respect them, and we would have to inform them first due to a gentleman's agreement. He has the same agent as Moise Kean and Luca Pellegrini, so talking is routine. He was not the main topic. I agree that we could use a top-notch midfielder, but we are making our evaluations. We need the right balance across every role. The squad has to be financially sustainable, and we want the right combination between youngsters and veterans. But it does seem like he's the most likely target for them this summer because he's on a free. He's also, it's understood, of course, that they did put a good contract offer in for him. Some in the region of £7 to £8 million a year. 7 to 8 million a year is what's understood to be, according to Goal. Pogba's been offered a 3-year contract from Juventus worth €7.5 million per year, plus bonuses. However, it's understood that Pogba wants more than that. Some in the region of €11 million a year, which obviously leaves a big gap between the two teams. But at the moment, there is definitely an offer on the table from Juve. They've upped their best offer as well that they were going to from what we've heard. So they have put a decent, sizable offer on the table for Paul. PSG understood to be talking to him also. So he may well end up at PSG. But there you go. City are out of the running. He's not interested in going across to cross-town rivals. He's not up for that. He's staying away from that whole, negative cloud. And plus, it's just like he's not, he's probably not right for that setup anyway, if you ask me. But Paul Pogba linked with a move to Juventus. He's actually sent a message to Paulo Dybala yesterday as well, which is a little bit disgraceful, if you ask me. But he was, of course, Dybala leaving. But Pogba and his agent was talking to them yesterday. And basically, Paul Pogba sent a message to Paulo Dybala on social media. And it just said, Hermana, you're a top player and a top man. It's great to have you as a friend and to have shared moments with you at Juventus. Hope to see you soon at Dybala. But we all know that Dybala's situation is changing at Juventus. And yeah, it doesn't look like he's obviously had an emotional farewell in the last game as well. So, emotional farewells of Chiellini and Dybala are leaving. So it seems like, look, don't know where he's really going to meet up with him again. See you soon. Don't know where that is. That PSG then or what? Is he meeting up with him at PSG? I don't know. But does seem like he's messaged him yesterday. Shithousery again there from Paul Pogba. Almost as shithouse as Jesse Lingard messaging West Ham about fucking Mark Noble on social media, fluffing him off. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, guys. You're still United players. You're still United players, for Pete's sake. Ronaldo will surely be captain, says Rushy. End of Pogba at United, says Kane's Gaming Channel. Thank fucking God. Mate, fair play. That's how I feel as well, man. Hashtag Pogba out. It's just time to go for the guy. He's been a bit of disappointment since he arrived. You know my feelings on him. He's lackluster at best. And it's not good enough for United. He's just taken up the place for somebody else to come in. So that's it. Give somebody else the chances now. Also, guys, if you were just coming in, there was talks of Timber Timber's situation is that United are in talks with Ajax at this moment in time and the player to maybe try and bring Jurriën Timber in as our centre-back signing this summer, or one of our first signings under Ten Hag. So great news, guys, in regards to Jurriën Timber. It's also understood that he holds a strong interest in bringing Antony from Ajax also. So definitely good strides United are making at the start of this window. Ten Hag started early. He's given up the Ajax job 6 weeks early, essentially, to come in and start work at United right away. I really like that, man. That's good commitment. It's also what's needed, if you ask me. We're so far behind. Like that few weeks extra work that he can do is going to be so important to signing new players and deciding the squad and talking to all the staff and getting set up and getting settled in. It's very important. So he's done the right thing. And it's a good start, and hopefully we can get Jurriën Timber signed up as soon as the window opens. We can sign Antony. We can bring in a quality midfielder. It doesn't have to be De Jong. Ruben Neves is a great shout, guys. Ruben Neves, let's go get Neves and Tielemans. That's a midfield sorted, you know. And then also we can go and get a forward player like Darwin Nunes, bring a couple of youngsters through, and we've all of a sudden got a pretty good-looking side. Now, it is going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. The philosophy's not going to change overnight. The playing style's not going to come overnight. But give it this season with the right signings and the right sort of hungry players coming in and the right players going out, and I think we'll be a really good team again by the end of the season. If you look at how his Ajax team play, if you look at how his approach is at Ajax, if we can emulate that, if we can try and approach it the same way, but be an attacking team that wins games in the Premier League, playing that sort of style, then that's what we're all hoping for, isn't it, guys? That's all we want, is to be entertained, to have attacking football, and to win. And you don't have to have it all at once. It's going to take time. We just want to see him blooding the youngsters, signing the right sort of players, progressing the team, playing an attacking style, and then the rest will fall into place. Hey, thank you, Premot. He says, Gagan, press the like button for the pig. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate that. Right, guys, I'm going to get into the live chat for a little bit of a Q&A now. I want to say thank you each and every one of you that's tuning in. Lots and lots of legends getting your thoughts and opinions in. Shout out to all the channel members with the green and the badge next to their names. Shout out to everybody who's commented. Shuban Sim, Classical Gashings, Erdem, Jarvis, Ray, Jack Newman, and everybody else. It's time for a Q&A now. That's pretty much the latest news, guys. Thank you all for joining us. And just as I say that, actually, we've got some reports to say that United are making a concrete approach for Ajax's Antony. Just some news coming out that we've made an offer for Ajax's Antony as well. So there you go. It does seem like Antony and perhaps Timber, these sorts of players are coming into the side pretty soon, which is great news for United. They will work with Ten Hag. They're great young players, 20 and 22. They're getting better. They're hungry. They're ready for the step up to the next level that is Manchester United. And it seems like we're in the driving seat to sign them. So get in there, my son. We could hopefully sign those two players, Jurriën Timber and Antony. We do have to be realistic, David Srinivasan. Yeah, true. I mean, we don't have a bottomless pit of transfer funds. And also, we don't have Champions League football, so there's a certain calibre of player maybe that we're missing out on this summer. And if offers come in from other teams for some of these players who do have Champions League football, they might scupper some of our deals. So it might be the case of not getting our first choice picks this summer, but we have to try. Oh, interesting. Also, an update just come out. Real Madrid will not sign Aurélien Tchouameni if no midfield departure takes place, followed by PSG. The future of the French midfielder would be in England. Fair play. Yeah, I mean, he's another player that we'd be interested in, wouldn't he? I mean, Tchouameni would be a great signing for Manchester United. I think we should go and get that Boubacar Kamara because he's a free. He's basically no risk. And then maybe another player like a Ruben Neves or a De Jong or a Tielemans, I think would be a fantastic signing also. But there you go. Okay, let's get into the live chat, guys. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, have your say now. Q&A time. Let's get in the live chat. Let me just give this a refresh. Bunch of legends joining. Shout out to the Bacon Posse. Nearly at 150 likes. Appreciate that, guys. Okay. Razak, how you doing, boss? He says Darwin, Timber, maybe Antony. Woohoo! Yeah, respect, man. That'd be good signings. I think I could see us realistically signing 4 players this summer. I could. If you look at the Timber situation, we could definitely get him. Antony, a midfielder like De Jong, and then Darwin Nunes. 4 players. I would like to think we would sign 1 or 2 more to strengthen other areas. But as long as we're signing those 4 players and bringing in maybe 1 or 2 youngsters as well this season to help out and blood them and challenge the first team and maybe break into the first team, then I think we'll be all right. So, yeah, good shout there, Razak. Good signings. Neves, please, says Batman Knight fan. Would love to see Ruben as well myself. Primot says Timber is also a massive Tunnocks fan as well. So the closer you can get those tasty treats, says Primot. Who isn't, though? Defo take Ericsson, says Michael O'Dell. Me too, boss, 100%. What a great player, available for free. Premier League experience, only 30. Agree Rushy as well. Definitely take Ericsson. He's definitely a good option on a free. Superstar says, no club ever wants Neves. Only fans talk about him, surely. I would wonder why, because I think he's a great player. I think he's got proven Premier League experience for years. Robust and very rarely injured. Doing the business for Wolves. Good player. Young as well. 24, 25. So, I don't know. I think it's a monetary thing, isn't it? It's like if you want to sign any player from another Premier League team who doesn't want to sell, you have to pay big money for it. So that's why it's a bit of a put-off all the time. It's like, did you hear the other day, Bruno Lage's come out and said that they're looking for over £100 million for Ruben Neves. I mean, they're never going to get anywhere near that, but they don't have to sell. The Kante video with Mrs. P was funny. Oh, thank you, Naz786. Appreciate that one, dude. Yeah, good bit of bounce. Is 6 months Ericsson made his mark in Brentford? Definitely has done, Vishnu. Yeah, he definitely did. Very impressive. Worth it for a free. Not really a risk. Lambretta Daz, what's going on? He says, hi, Pig. I'm new to your channel. Great content, mate. I think Kamara is signed for Atletico Madrid, says Lambretta Daz. What? Yeah, he hasn't yet. He hasn't yet, no. So I thought you meant there's actually been an announcement or something. No, but they are understood to be interested. There's a bunch of different clubs that are interested in him. So, of course, Fabrizio Romano gave us an update previously about Villa and Atletico trying to sign the player. From what I can see, they haven't closed the deal yet, though, mate. So, look, it's United. If we could go and put in an offer, surely we'd have a chance of signing a player like that, you know. But, yeah, it depends. I mean, that's it. We couldn't lose out on a lot of players, especially if they want Champions League football. El Professor with a free pair of scissors, says Mark Harris. Exactly. That Kante miss. Oh, I read that, didn't I? Want to see a player like Son in United, says Vishnu. Yeah, that'd be amazing. He's definitely Spurs' best player. Would be amazing to sign him. Always wanted Son at United. Just not going to happen because he's too much money. I don't think Spurs will want to sell. It doesn't even seem like he wants to leave Spurs. He's quite loyal, isn't he? Robin says it's pronounced Bruno Lodge, as I've lived in Lisbon before. Really? That doesn't sound right. Bradford Striker says Tonknash 87. You what? Will De Gea get some game time under Ten Hag? Henderson is more his type of keeper. I think so, Razak. He'd be foolish to just chuck away De Gea. But you're right, maybe he will see it that De Gea is maybe not the right goalie for his style. Yeah, Bale is leaving Madrid, Johnny M. Absolutely, Gareth Bale is leaving Madrid, mate. There's some links with maybe Cardiff City, but his agent yesterday did confirm that he's leaving, and just a little bit of information about the Cardiff City move, that it would tick a lot of pluses for him. I don't think Cardiff can afford his wages and stuff if it's a passion project, but I'd imagine there would be a lot of Premier League clubs and top clubs that would still be interested in taking Bale. He's only 32, so I do think that, yeah, there'd be a lot of different people interested for Gareth, so don't really think that that's that realistic, guys, that he goes to Cardiff. But hey, look, there are some links with Cardiff, so he could end up at Cardiff. Imagine that. Chiellini, says RJ. Well, Thiago Silva came into the Premier League at 35 and did really well, won the Champions League and stuff. Chiellini's no doubt a top player, but nah, I wouldn't take him. You know, he's 107 now, RJ. He's still a great player, but he's 107, lad. I'm not into him. Hey, we smashed 150 likes. Come on! Jumar Juno says, has Varane actually played at Man United? How many matches has he played? He has played quite a lot of matches this season, mate. He's been injured out a lot, but he's still been playing quite a lot of games for Man United this summer. I know what you're trying to say, though. He's just so injury prone. He's always in and out of the team. That's the problem with him, and he's always going to have those problems more than likely. He's played 22 league games for us this season. 22 league games, 5 in the Champions League, 2 in the Cup. So, 29 appearances so far this season for Varane. I mean, not exactly a pitiful amount, but also not exactly a stalwart in the side. Tottenham would be good for Bale, says Vishnu. Yeah, definitely could see him going back there. Kante, yes or no, says Irving Kadini. Well, yes, in the sense that he's a very good player and he would sort us out for a year or two. But no, in the sense that it would be a big money move. Is he just come in to get a big payday? And, is his knees shot away? Is he getting old? I mean, it's a cash-in job for Chelsea if they do that. They won't want to get rid of such a great player. It's just a cash-in job because they know he's close to the end of his sort of career, really. So his finances are not going to be. They're not going to be able to recoup anything if they keep hold of him for a couple more years. Thank you very much, Roshi. He says subscribe to the channel, lad. For Jong transfer fell through, says UK Nation PS4. Varane needs a technical centre-back next to him like Timber. In Madrid, he had Ramos who build up, says Erdam. Well, there you go, mate. Exactly, yeah, fair enough. That's it. I mean, he can't help but think that if he had a better centre-back partner than Harry Maguire, he would be better placed to perform better. Varane's Mr. UCL, says GTL Red. Yeah, 4 Champs Leagues, mate. Bale's another mercenary. Send him to the fields to pick Spud, says Templar Priest. Hey, if there's a golf course out there, I'll be happy. Razak says we have a limited budget to a certain degree, so we have to be careful who we get, or we're stuck with players who are just here for a wage. Precisely, Razak. That's what I'm saying exactly. So maybe players like Kante right now, just not the right fit for us. We need younger, hungrier players. Give a like, Spike, 2-finger banger special for the governor, says Mark Harris. Thank you very, very much, dude. I really, really appreciate that, man. Thanks very much, dude. What an absolute legend. Mark Harris, thank you, bro. Stephen Carr says, will the Dutchman Jong get a chance under Ten Hag? I don't think so. Maybe, though. Maybe, but I don't think so. Rushy says, what do you think of Skamaka up front, Pig? I mean, Skamaka's a player I don't really know too much about, mate, in all fairness, because I don't really watch much of the Serie A or anything. So, you know, I've heard about him, obviously, but I don't watch it regularly on a regular basis. But, I mean, you know, if, you know, he seems like a good young player. He's young. You know, I don't know much about him, mate, to be honest, but let's just have a look. I mean, so, you know, yeah, he's 23. He's got 3 goals for Italy. Sorry, 3 caps for Italy. Centre forward, 16 goals in 35 appearances this season in the Serie A. So he looks like a good player, but again, I think United maybe need to be aiming a bit higher than that. But again, I don't know enough about him. I'll just be honest. Hey, thank you very much, there, Dutch Christ, for the super chat, dude. Nice one, mate. Let's get a hashtag ETH in the live chat. He says, we'll leave no stone unturned or no slab unbenched, says Dutch Christ. Thank you very much. No slab unbenched. I hope you're right there, Dutch Christ, my son. Get in there. Thank you very much, Dutch Christ. Can we get a cheeky little Sue in the live chat? Timber, De Jong, Neuer, and Nkunku or Darwin would be a good start. Big up the piggy. Definitely agree, Andy Moore. That's it. Just need to sign a few of those players like you mentioned. We'll be on our way. Tagliafico instead of Tellez. Wow, he's got that Ajax vibe. Thank you, Batman Knight fan. Bakali and Jovic were considered good young players once now, weren't they? Says Juna. Well, okay, fair enough. Well, you know, you have to look at in terms of who's available for Man United and who will progress and who will perform. There's never any guarantees that if we sign Antony or Timber that they're actually going to be worldies in a couple of years or even, you know, or now. But hopefully they will. That's it. You've got to have the right mentality. You've got to progress them well. You've got to have the right coaching, the right team, the right experience for these guys. I think they'll be good signings, guys. I think they'll be good signings. But yeah, I mean, you can always say that this player doesn't work out and this player didn't work out. But it doesn't mean that one of these new young signings is going to work out. Is there a petition to terminate Maguire's contract, makes us JMR-TV? There's got to be. There's got to be. Salbai, Martial, Henderson, Maguire, Jones, Lindelof, more money to add to transfer key. Spot on, Michael O'Dell. I'm with you on that one. Give Ten Hag as much as he can. Let him just sell whoever he wants. Whoever he sees fit, let him sell him. I missed a super chat, says Batman Knight fan. Oh, did I, mate? Sorry, Dutch Christ. No, I didn't. I saw it, man. I saw it. What are you on about? Is that the one from Dutch Christ? I saw it, lad. Do United have scouts in Africa and South America, says Erdam? I mean, yeah, they've got scouts all over the globe, as far as I'm aware. Certainly, you've been looking at South American talent, such as Darwin Nunes. They certainly send scouts over there to have a look. Do you think Slab's last captaincy was on the Titanic, says Templar Priest? Possibly, mate, or the Mary Rose, or one of them. James Garner would bench Fred and Scott easy. Next season, we won't struggle as bad. Yeah, good shout, but he is doing it in the Championship, and it's different doing it in the Prem. But he does look like a great, great player. Breaking news. Arsenal have got a new dressing room signage. What's this, Rushmano? Nice one, mate. Quality. Ray UK, Pig, do you think Man United would give Lee Grant a new contract? No. He's got to go, mate. He's got to go. Do we need to get Don Pignoni as assistant manager? I agree. Yeah, good shout. Will Eric Ten Hag upgrade the crapper paper to 3 ply, says Mark Harris? No. He'll probably cut it down to 1 ply. At the Glazers' request, man. Okay, guys, right, we're going to wrap this video up. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys for tuning into the show. Do us a massive favour. Smash that like on the video. Hit the thumbs up on the video. I'm just going to read Chief Struman's super chat out, actually. He's just got one in here before right at the end. He says, imagine Maguire trying to play an Eric Ten Hag system. Man, I know, yeah. It would just be like trying to play with a static bollard on the halfway line, if you ask me. It just stays there. Good shout, Tree Struman. I don't see it happening well. For those reasons, I really hope Ten Hag strips of the captaincy and sells him. Great shout. Hey, Eddie's Football Waffle, welcome in, bro. How's it going, lad? We're just wrapping up. Great to see you, Eddie. Irfing Kadili, what's going on? You'd like Man City to win the Premier League, not Liverpool. Oh, definitely. No FIFA later, Classical Gashins. Night off tonight, mate. Off of the FIFA. Rushmano says, great show. Thank you, Rushmano, very much, you Don. Bruno Lage translates to Bruno Slab, real talk. No FIFA later, my son. Love you too, Jack and Brad. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Jack and Brad. Thank you, Eddie. Superstar as well. Nice one, Eddie. Yeah, please do watch it back, guys. If you're just getting in there, catch it on playback. Do us a massive favor as well. Drop the like on this video before you go. Make sure you hit the subscribe as well. Click the little bell icon so you get notified when we post. We'll give you all the latest Man United news as and when it comes out in a no bullshit way. Do show your support by dropping the like. It's free and also helps us compete with the merchants of clickbait. So thank you everyone for smashing that like and hitting that sub up and being involved in the chat. So many legends chatting. If I missed your comments, please do come back after and comment in the not live comments and get your thoughts and opinions in about anything, and we'll try and respond to you very shortly. Thank you, Rushy, mate. Thank you. Says great show as usual. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Erdem, Marky Harris as well, Johnny, Classical Gashins. Thank you for that, Chief Struman. Thank you, Superstar, Templar Priest, Stephen Carr. Will do, mate. Will do. Thank you. You too, guys. You too. Chris Koo as well. Robin. Enjoy your day, guys. We've got 169 likes. Get in there, my son. Enjoy your day, everyone. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and opinions with us. Thank you for supporting the channel. Cheers, Johnny Gallagher. Thanks to all the moderators. Johnny, Rushy, Stephen Carr, the latest moderator as well. You have a great day, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. That's the latest news. Come back, have your say. Follow us on social media, Flying Pig United, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. And check out the website, UnitedFlyingHigh.com, for your latest Manchester United news. Thanks everyone for watching. That's it from me for now. Come on, United! Time to get some new players in and get rid of the guff. The Eric Ten Hag era is well and truly underway. Timber! See you on the next one, dudes. Thanks for watching. See.